Okay, so what are we reacting to?
Okay, Spider-Man Marvel's Brand New Day, The Critical Drinker.
Okay,
Has a franchise needed a movie to succeed quite as badly as
that's
Marvel
true.
right now?
That's true.
After years of brand dilution and box office failures that all culminated in the unholy trilogy of disappointment last year, the modern MCU is
He
the
says
movie
Furry and
equivalent of an
Brutus
agent.
goes quit. Add you a good funny shorts clip there, okay? Let me
Okay,
pull
here's the
that
thing.
up.
I am not a furry. I am a. What is the people of the fucking ears? What are they called again?
Hybrids.
I'm hybrids. There's no furry here. I'm too cute to be a furry. Don't tell me lies.
Lies.
Lies, lies, sweet little lies. Okay,
Okay,
you
there we
ready?
go.
Pop
Wild
star
broken chair prank.
Desperately
Okay,
trying to
there we go.
reinvent themselves before middle age makes them completely irrelevant.
Yes.
And they're not the only ones in trouble. With James Gunn's DCU by James Gunn rapidly turning into a critical and
It was
commercial
a.
disaster,
Puts him in
Okay.
the
the
cage.
viability of superhero movies themselves is now looking pretty shaky.
Yes.
In short, Spider-Man Brand New Day needs to succeed. It needs to
It-
set the
it
stage
needs
for
to.
Avengers Doomsday later in the year.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I did watch the movie. It. The comic book was better. The comic book was much better, where Gino's pretty much got taken over by the Arachnid, and okay, the Hulk was terrifying. He really felt like the Hulk, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He was powerful, but the fight was so short. It's such a blink and pop, and then the fight was over, and I'm like, okay, that's stupid. But the plot was retarded. Plain and simple, the plot was really retarded. This
Let's
girl,
see if it works.
huh?
I'm seeing if this works.
What works? Ah, the
Yeah.
muzzle. I hope you guys are happy. Now I got a muzzle on my face. Ah, bastards.
Thank you
Vegeta.
for the hit tats.
See now, okay, I couldn't get the muzzle 100%, but now I got a fucking muzzle on my face. Woof woof.
It needs to prove that
Okay.
Marvel can move past the malaise that's gripped them since Endgame, and it needs to prove that there's still an appetite for superhero flicks. So, with all
Yes.
that being said, what's it
There, now
actually
you're in a
like?
cage.
Does it succeed in its
Yes.
aims? Does it live up to the
No!
crazy expectations resting on it? And most importantly of all, is it worth your time and money?
Yes.
Well. Oh,
Eh,
go on then. Since I'm feeling generous, I'll give Brand New Day a thumbs up. I mean, it's a slightly reluctant thumbs up for sure, and it comes
yeah.
with a few caveats, namely the bloated cast, some questionable choices with the antagonist, and a plot that takes a bit too long to get moving and undercuts some of the stakes of the previous film. But for the most part, it's a pretty fun movie that kept me mostly entertained for a couple of hours. Now, I'm going to give you a rundown of the plot, and it's kind of difficult to discuss without getting into a few spoilers, so if you really don't want to know anything
Like, they were the Hulk transformed. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
cool.
about Brand New Day, consider yourselves warned. Anyway, so the movie picks up with a very lonely Peter still pining
Yes.
for MJ and Ned after they forgot about his existence at the end of the last movie. He still keeps tabs on them as they move on with their lives over the next few years while throwing himself into crime fighting as Spider-Man and becoming a hero in New York City. Shit gets real though when a new threat emerges that can psychically possess anyone in the vicinity and uses them to attack a government facility called Damage Control. But what are they really looking for? And why is Peter the only one who can resist them? Looking for answers, he makes contact with Yelena. Oh yeah, they're still trying to make her a thing in this movie. Who points him
are.
towards suspiciously nice government guy who claims to have no idea why the psychic terrorist is attacking Damage Control. I wonder if he might be hiding something here.
So here's the thing. This is gonna be a spoiler, and I'm sorry, but it's like every movie, the good guy you think is the good guy is actually the bad guy. And the
Yeah.
guy with the government is like the bad guy.
They play this trope so much that eventually it's like everyone is expecting it at this point.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true.
Anyway, with a bit of help from Bruce Banner, Peter develops an inhibitor unit that can suppress the psychic powers. All he needs to do is find the terrorist and stick it on her neck and she'll be helpless. Unfortunately, she gets wind of this and possesses Bruce, turns him into the Hulk and uses him to beat the shit out of Peter while she raids damage control in person. See, it turns out the terrorist in question is in fact Jean Grey, in possibly the worst kept secret in entertainment.
Oh man. Oh god, oh man.
And she's out to find her sister Sarah, who was taken captive and experimented on by damage control. But can Peter team up with the Punisher to stop her? Can he find a way to reconcile with MJ and Ned? And even if he can, whose side should he really be on here? Now, as you've probably guessed, there's quite a lot going on in Brand New Day, and if I was a cynical man instead of the chirpy, optimistic soul you see before you, I'd say the movie's been asked to do a lot of heavy lifting for revenge.
Yeah, even the Punisher, they didn't really give him a lot to do.
Yeah.
They made him more like a side character, which
Mhm.
we know the Punisher is brutal. Have you seen the Punisher movie, the 40-minute long movie?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it was brutal. It was a slugfest from the one end to the other, and it was constant carnage, which was awesome.
No,
Just
it's
Doom-
if an action movie is constantly like that, then it's a good movie.
Yes, yes.
Day, setting up characters and factions that are going to be very important going forwards. This is the movie that definitively establishes the mutants as we know them from the X-Men and the persecution and exploitation they're going to face at the hands of regular humans.
And by the way, the women are always saving the men around here. You might want to think about changing the name to X-Women.
Fuck off. Such a lovely pair of words.
Yes,
And right here-
yes, I agree. Fuck off. It's a poetic word.
We have Jean Grey as Ground Zero. And I guess she's as good a place as any to start with my criticisms because for me, she's one of the weaker aspects of the film. Not because of the actress or anything. Sadie Sink isn't exactly an Oscar winner. She doesn't have the gravitas and range that Famke Janssen had back in the
She's
2000s, but holy shit, she's a million times better
Why are
than
you
Sophie
looking there?
Turner and she does a
I
pretty
don't
decent
know.
job.
Look what she's wearing. There's like nothing there. It's like it's a flat. It's a flat board. You can use it to cut onions.
You know, I'm going to start saving some money aside and buying one of those eye trackers for
No,
you.
no. We don't need eye trackers.
Yes, we
No.
do.
No.
I think the chat agrees.
Oh, hell no. No,
Here.
I'm fine.
Yes,
No, the
see,
bigger
Carl
problem
agrees.
with the character is
No.
the writing. She's not portrayed as an anti-hero or a conflicted but fundamentally decent person who occasionally does bad things for good reasons. She's just an out-and-out villain in this movie.
Yep.
She has absolutely no problem violating and mind-raping dozens if not hundreds of people. She straight up murders
Wow.
innocent civilians without a care in the world. She tries to kill MJ just to keep Peter busy for a while, and she
That will be
forcibly
next week's
possesses half of New York City in the
Thanks,
finale.
Max. You're the
Max?
greatest.
No. Max? No. I'm watching what you're doing. No.
She's written more like Magneto than Jean Grey, and what's weird is that she never really answers for the things she's done. She just kind of leaves, and I
Yeah.
get the impression the film
Max,
itself
yes.
doesn't really view her as bad or morally wrong. That seems to be a bit of a theme with the MCU.
You've taken an entire town hostage.
I'm not the one with the guns, Director.
She's holding thousands of people hostage.
And it could have been thousands more if she hadn't put up her own quarantine.
They'll never know what you sacrificed.
They never know what you sacrificed. She didn't sacrifice shit. Scarlet Witch should have been put a bullet between her eyes because she was horrid. What she did to those people, she was horrible.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Well, she was a villain in the beginning anyway, so
She should have taken a bullet right between the eyes.
we need a Witcher.
For them.
I agree. The Witcher
Fuck
would.
off.
I
Yes.
also couldn't help but question her methodology
beat the
here.
shit
I
out
mean,
of her.
instead of going through all the convoluted bullshit of staging raids on damage control facilities and potentially getting dozens of innocent civilians killed, why not just target suspiciously nice government man when he's alone and vulnerable,
That is
mind
true.
rape him to find out what happened to your sister, and potentially even use him to infiltrate the facility and get her back? I mean, it would have made the movie about 20 minutes long, but,
True,
you know,
true.
these are questions that you can't help but ask yourself. As I said earlier,
Yeah.
there's also a problem with
This is why I give up.
The
Oh, the MCU, yeah.
MCU.
cast bloat.
Yes, my
Yelena's
brain just
probably
stalled
the
there.
most glaring example. She's just there to tell Peter things he could have easily figured out for himself. Their scenes take forever and they feel stilted and awkward as fuck.
Yes.
But I'd argue that Ned and MJ are kind of pointless as well. Bringing them back when Peter was forced to say goodbye to them in the last movie really undercuts the pathos of that film's ending.
You don't really
But
need
if you
them.
really have to bring them back, then fucking do something meaningful with them. As it stands, they're kept in a holding pattern for most of the film, and by the end, Peter's in basically the same situation he was in at the start. They still don't remember him, and it's obvious he can't get back what he once had. I mean, there's at least a decent scene where he confesses the truth to MJ, and she quietly admits that she's not the same person he remembers, and I think it's handled pretty well, but it's not enough to justify their inclusion in this film. There's also a subplot about Peter's spider abilities becoming more dominant and his struggles to contain the power, and yeah, I get how it sort of ties in with Jean's abilities as a mutant, but it feels like a bit of a reach thematically, and the script doesn't seem to know what to do with it. It just kind of stops being an issue when the plot...
Here's the thing, if they followed the comic book, it would have been so much cooler. I'm not gonna lie, you would have been so much cooler.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got some feminist rights in the storyline, so aish. All I can say
Yeah.
is aish.
They have to have a woman come in and save the day, you know.
Yes.
Speaking about Endgame, where what's her name? Marvel came in to save everyone from Thanos.
Oh,
That was stupid.
yeah. Oh, the She-Force. Yes, I
Yep.
remember that.
That's what she said.
needs it to go away. Now, all of this criticism probably makes it sound like I'm shitting on the film, but it's more because I can see the potential in what it's trying to do on a writing level. There's a lot of interesting ideas at play here, it just doesn't quite tie them all together properly. On the plus side, the action and fight choreography is all top notch, the emotional tone is generally pitched right with a bit of humour and optimism at the appropriate moment.
Here's the thing, if you
Yeah.
want to make a good villain,
Yes,
make them smart.
that is
Like
true.
the Joker, like from
Yes.
Batman, the guy that unfortunately died.
Yeah, I know. He played in the Dark
Something
Knight.
Heath or something,
Yes.
I can't remember. But he played the Joker so well that he mixed crazy with intelligence so well that he was a frightening Joker.
That is true. That is true. That's what?
Today's Heath Ledger. That's it. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Uh,
so just remember Marvel signed off on She-Hulk. Oh, I couldn't even
Oh.
watch that. I couldn't even watch a second of that bullshit.
I'm gonna be
It made
honest.
me so angry.
I watched up until where she said, "I'm a woman. I deal constantly with anger. What do you know?" I'm like, this is Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner was hunted for many years by the government. He was
Mm.
experimented on with his father. He accidentally got turned into the Hulk. You don't know what the hell you're talking about, woman. You don't know what suffering is.
I don't know. So for me, the newer day villains just aren't interesting.
They're not villains.
They're too predictable. They're children
Yeah.
with tantrums to me.
Yes, and then like 99% of the villains are like, "Oh, we just misunderstood." Fuck that shit. I want to punish a villain when they get shot in the head.
Yeah. In the comics, she had good stories. Yeah.
Yes. And then they messed it up. The comic books were nice. I did enjoy
The comic
the
books were
She-Hulks.
better than the action movies.
Yes.
The appropriate moments, it's nice to see Spider-Man tackling lower level stuff in New York City instead of big world-ending events like he's in a mini Avengers flick, and Tom Holland proves that age is no barrier to playing Peter Parker. Yeah, he's not quite the golly gee whiz teenager he was in Homecoming, he's older now and carrying a few more burdens than before, but he's still got the right combination of responsibility and
Tobey Maguire's
playfulness,
still my
and he
favorite
genuinely
Spider-Man.
looks like he wants to be there. And he sparks
For me,
pretty
it's
well
Andrew
off John
Tate.
Bernthal as the Punisher.
Andrew Tate.
Yeah, it's very much a family.
Yes, Andrew Tate.
Did I
the
say
new
Andrew
You
Tate?
did. The new Spider-Man, Andrew Tate.
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Gar-
Oh, my mind. My
the friendly
mind,
version
sorry.
of the character now, and it's
Andrew
kind of
Tate, the
wild
new
when I think about the
Spider-Man.
insanely violent shit that Bernthal's done as this guy over
Yes.
the years, but I think they make for a pretty good contrast together. Ultimately, despite a few flaws on the writing side, Brand New Day is a safe, solid kind of movie that gets the job
You're
done
giving
without
Marvel's
the same
ideas.
energy and novelty of Homecoming or the
I agree.
emotional gut punch of No Way Home, but instead delivers 2
Well, that's
hours
if
of
he
reliable
leaves prison.
entertainment with everyone's
Yes.
friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And if the box office projections are anything to go by, well, maybe there is still life in the MCU
It's gonna
yet.
make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I've got for
It's
today.
gonna make a lot.
Go away now.
That's what people understand. It's gonna make a lot of money. It's probably gonna hit over $1 billion.
Hollywood is just theater kids ruining good stories. I agree.
Yes. Yep.
I won't lie, Marvel Spider-Man is like my favorite superhero, but with what they've been doing with the supervillains, it makes the new Spider-Man look weak.
It does. Here's the thing. They dumbed down the Hulk, Spider-Man,
Mm.
Thor, even okay, Iron Man is similar, but they dumbed down most of these characters.
What's next? Spider-Man the musical. I think they've already done that.
Yep. Okay.
Everything's already been turned into a musical, so yeah.